Alright, good morning, YouTube. Today I want to talk a little bit about blacks in Sin City. One thing that I have learned since I've been here is that a lot of the blacks here they're real low-key type of people. They're not really, boisterous and stuff like that, but most of them are real low-key people. And a lot of the blacks actually came here to work in Henderson and at the dam, the Boulder Dam. So when blacks started actually living here in the downtown area, well, a lot of blacks, they also worked on the railroad. I think that's where when they started living in the downtown area. I think before that it was living in Henderson and stuff, places like that. I think Boulder City too. So when the blacks started living here on the west side, what is known as the west side, I guess it was segregation. And because the whites, they eventually moved east of the what is known as the west side. So the west side was, I think, was actually the first I don't want to use the word, I guess, home site, a city site. So they eventually moved, the whites eventually moved west, I guess west of, east of the railroad. So the blacks actually stayed west of the railroads. So like I said, most of the blacks here are real low-key, and I don't know if they really involved in politics or anything like that. So we're mainly looking west from the east side. So but a lot of blacks did eventually get off into politics and stuff like that. I really don't know the names and right now offhand. But as things, I guess, turned or evolved here in Las Vegas, a lot of blacks, they did get it from politics. And then after segregation, they did try to integrate the strip, although it was a brief time that it was actually segregation on the Las Vegas Strip. So eventually they got off into trying to integrate the strip, and well, it was a success. And I think they got, well, blacks has always worked here in Las Vegas, but as far as mingling and stuff like that, a lot of the blacks have been low-key. Even today, like I said, a lot of the blacks are real low-key here. And another thing that I noticed here is that when things actually, I don't want to use the word get tough, get rough or anything like that. But when push comes to shove, it's a situation that develops, and certain blocks tend to like create a blockade between the situation, and they eventually, things get pushed under the rug. And I seen that happen here a bunch of times in the city of Las Vegas. Not saying that things don't actually evolve or happen, you know, for the better, but it's a slow process. And I'm not saying that a lot of blacks are not really on the up and up or trying to advance, anything like that, but it's just a slow process for the blacks here in Las Vegas. I don't see them really taking the initiative and say, hey, let's do this or let's do that. They tend to like sit back and say, hey, let's let these other guys, you know, step in the manure first, and then we'll see, you know, exactly what happens. And I think eventually, like here in Vegas now, is that certain things like are trying to happen, but I don't see them happening in the right way, because mainly I see a lot of people that's certain segments of the economic situation, they tend to like, you know, segregate themselves and say, hey, this is my piece of the pie, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And so, you know, you get your own and stuff like that, and instead of everybody, you know, mainly just coming together and try to, you know, work things out.